Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Syaira binti Nur Syamizal Bahari from Group AS2016A. Today I am going to report about a previous field trip that includes communication and social behavior in the selected animal. The objective of this study is to observe the behavior of an adult elephants during their showtime and rest time. This is also to study the correlation of the most frequent behavior in both situations. From the textbook by Druckheimer et al., communication in animal behavior can be defined as an action on the part of one organism that alters the probability pattern of behavior in another organism. The function of communication is for recognition, reproduction, agonism and social status, alarm, finding food, giving and soliciting care, soliciting play and synchronization of hatching. The channel of communication can be in the form of odor, sound, low-frequency sound and seismic vibration, touch, electric field and vision. From the observation, elephants use their trunk and wrap them against other elephants or towards their mahu, making trumpet sounds and curling their trunks for communication. We actually can see the elephant wrapping their trunks toward their mahu to beg for some food. They also make S shape using their trunks to greet the visitor during showtime. Moreover, they make trumpet sounds after showtime because the elephants are either in an excited or happy state. They also can make sounds toward other elephants such as in agonistic behavior, for example to assert their dominance. Next is social behavior. According to Hefner, animal social behavior is the interaction of members of the same species. It might also apply to various species of animals. The tendency of animals to gravitate towards and associate with members of their species or kind is known as sociality. This contrasts with solitary animals, like raccoon, who prefer to live by themselves and keep to themselves. The predator-prey relationship, such as cobra, raises its hood to frighten its prey or gets ready to strike, is not considered to be a part of social behavior. Animals gather together for common activity like drinking, mating or eating, and this is referred to as a group. A stable group of a same species of animal that maintains a cooperative social relationship is referred to as an animal society. Before we get further into the study, let's take a look at the physical description of our Asian elephant. This elephant species has an incredibly large body, thick legs and a long trunk. Unlike African elephants, their ears are relatively short. Their skin is grey and amazingly thick. Male elephants also have tusks while females usually do not. Male elephants stand about 9 feet tall while females stand about 8 feet tall. Next, the interesting facts about elephant. First, elephant's memory. A herd of elephants will use and reuse the same path for the rest of their lives. Any changes to the path, such as new village or plantation schemes, will be disregarded by them. Second, heavy drinkers. Elephants cannot survive for more than 24 hours without water. They need to drink 100 to 150 liters of water daily as they are heavy built. Third, big appetite. In the wild, elephants devote about 3/4 of its day to feeding. An adult elephant eats between 150 to 200 kilograms of food. They have to keep feeding because the elephants do not digest food effectively. Only 44% are digested and absorbed as nutrients, and the rest are excreted as droppings. Fourth, emotional creatures. An elephant's mother is often observed to stroke and cuddle her baby with her trunks. For example, disciplinary slaps using trunks are delivered by a mother to an unruly calf. Next, grieving is also displayed by the elephants by lowering their trunks, coupled with sad eyes and drooping ears. As for the introduction, the Department of Wildlife and National Parks established the Kuala Gandah National Elephant Conservation Centre in 1989. The establishment of this centre is for the elephant relocation team to track, capture and relocate wild elephants whose habitat have been explored by development and resettled to areas in a protected area such as national parks. In addition, the center also aims to promote public awareness of the threats, pressures, and plight of elephant in Malaysia, support research on elephant relocation and conservation, and as a sanctuary for tame and wild elephants in need of treatment. The center also aims to educate the public about the importance of habitat and environmental preservation. Several trained elephants from Thailand and Myanmar are used for operations to transfer wild elephants from problem areas throughout Peninsular Malaysia. The center also takes care of baby elephants abandoned by the herd and their mothers to ensure that these baby elephants survive.
We move to the materials and method. First, the study was conducted in the National Elephant Conservation Centre, Kuala Gandah. The study was conducted on adult elephants in two situations, during their show time and resting time. This only shows their non-social behavior. There is no social interaction between themselves observed throughout the observation. In this observation, the elephant is observed during the daytime only. The time taken to observe their behavior was divided into 3 parts: first 3 minutes, second 3 minutes, and third 3 minutes in each situation. Their behavior was observed and recorded using a camera. Then, the data was analyzed using Excel as well as SPSS software for t-test and correlation. Independent t-test was used to compare the mean between two unrelated groups, and correlation was used to observe the correlation of body movement in show time and resting time. This is the histogram of elephant behavior and some clips of the behavior of the elephants. Locomotion of front, back, left and right. The feeding process includes eating, chewing, curling the trunk and drinking. Body movement of flipping ears, swinging tail, swinging trunks and curling or lifting the trunks. Excretion of urination and defecation. As a result of the observation, elephants are crepuscular animals, meaning they are most active at dawn and dusk. The 3 main feeding times are in the morning, afternoon, and evening. Elephants nap under trees during midday and may nod off while standing. According to the graph, body movements occur most frequently in the first 3 minutes of both their show time and their resting time. This is due to the hot weather that is present during the day. Elephants can lower the temperature of their entire bodies by improving their blood circulations, which is facilitated by flapping their ears. The elephants frequently flap their ears like how they sweat away flies and insects with their tails. Swinging their tails side to side also indicate that the elephants are at ease. When an elephant is alert or uneasy, its tail will be held stiffly out at a right angle to its body, while when it is upset, angry or afraid, it will be held still and pointing downward. The elephant is searching for food by swinging their trunks. Then, the elephant will curl the trunk when they receive food from the tourists and eat it. When greeting guests, especially during showtime, they also curl their trunks and occasionally make trumpet sounds. Meanwhile, there is no excretion by the elephant in the first 3 minutes in both situations. The food that was given by the visitors was not enough to digest and excreted what is not needed. The digestion process lasts up to a day. That is why there is only one that happened throughout the observation. Body movement also occurs most frequently in the second and third 3 minutes compared to other behaviors in both situations. Additionally, excretion that once took place during the third 3 minutes is the least behavioral activity. Feeding is the second most frequent behavior in the first and second 3 minutes. Since they are herbivores, Asian elephants spend about 3/4 of their waking hours searching for food or water. Eating, chewing, curling the trunk, and drinking are all included in the feeding process. Elephants have a big appetite, but they cannot digest food properly. Because of that, it only absorbs about 44% of the food they consume. Only 10 feeding processes took place in the third 3 minutes. Since the elephants are not currently focused on eating, their frequency of locomotion is high. The elephant's range of locomotion includes front, back, left and right movements. This is another method they use to lower their body temperature. Additionally, elephants limit their movement while eating by remaining in one place. As a result, we can observe that during periods of frequent feeding, in the first and second 3 minutes, locomotion will be lower than the feeding process and vice versa. Enough of that. According to statistical analysis using an independent t-test with t equal to -0.415, frequency of behavioral activity during show time with a frequency of behavioral activity during rest time has no significant difference, with a p-value more than 0.05, which is 0.692. This is because an elephant is not active during the day, but because it is placed at a conservation place that is always visited by visitors and tourists, they tend to be active but not as active during dawn and dusk. Another statistical analysis is the correlation coefficient. The correlation coefficient of body movement for show time and resting time is -0.688. This implies these variables are negatively correlated. In this case, if the frequency of body movement during show time increases, the frequency of body movement during resting time is decreased, and vice versa as shown in the previous slides. This is because at the higher body movement during show time, the elephant has to put on a show by showing the behavior trained by their mahout. The elephants show their behavior by lifting one leg. This behavior is to make it easier for the mahout or vac to check the bottom of the leg. The behavior is also used by elephants when they want to pluck food from the tree. They also show the behavior of taking things. This behavior can help the mahout to obtain dropped items. The mahout does not have to get down from the elephant. Elephants can also pull the chain that is used when evacuation of wild elephant in the forest. And because of the weather, the elephant move their bodies such as flapping ears, swinging tails and trunks to cool its body. Moreover, when the body movement was lower during the show time, the elephant also does not move much unless it has been instructed by the mahout. If not, they just stay at one place waiting for the instruction from the mahout. In resting time, the elephant does not have any additional movement like during the show time. The elephant just cares about its body, especially to reduce their body temperature during the day.
To sum up of this study, elephants are fascinating and amazing creatures. These big animals differ from other animals in that they have a variety of behaviors that set them apart. They have both social and non-social behavior. Elephants that are under human care have better social interaction with humans compared to wild elephants. This study shows that the behavior of elephants is quite similar during show time and resting time. This is because it is depending on human training and can adapt well to the environment, which is they have more interaction with human. From the correlation analysis, there is a significant negative relationship with R equal to -0.688, where when the frequency of body movement increases during show time, the frequency of body movement during resting time decreases. This study also found that elephants use a lot of time for body movement in both situations, supported by movement behavior such as flapping ears, swinging their tails, swinging their trunk, and curling their trunks.